Hi, I'm Carmen Chammas. I'm your astrologer. Today I'll be talking about Sunday, the 21st of August. Today the moon is still in Gemini for the second consecutive day, and I consider this day a beautiful day. If you're Leo, if you're Gemini, if you're Aquarius, if you're Libra, definitely, and if you are also Aries, why not? So how's it going to be for all signs, knowing that tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, the moon will be in Cancer. Okay, so let's start with Aries. Aries, it's a very dynamic and very efficient day. Many things can take place today to your favor. You can do greatly today. You can be a success story. Many things can happen as you plan. Planet Jupiter is still in your sign. It will help your impulse. It will help your determination, especially if you were born between the 29th and the 31st of March. Moving to Taurus. Taurus, this is a nice day. It gives you a lot of, I think, astrologically, it can give you a lot of self-confidence, which makes you get out of this circle of self-confusion and get to decide on certain issues. And maybe you decide on helping the closest to you, and the closest circle to you. Maybe you want to give them a hand, maybe you want to help them, maybe you need help. There can be some expenses also related to maybe house repairs, let's say, or something different. Let's move now to Gemini. Gemini, this is a very interesting day. It seems to be a very decisive kind of day. Probably it's because of certain circumstances that will knock on your door. And it seems that you may be a little bit too hasty. That goes to planet Mars in your sign. So maybe you have to double check on that before you make up your final decision. Before you make your final decisions, so think about it. Just think about it twice, thrice. Just say, okay, give me a minute. You think about it. And then you decide. It can be a beautiful, gorgeous day, but you really need to stay away from trouble, and you really need to drive slowly, especially if you were born on the 21st, 22nd of May. Okay, let's move now to Cancer. There can be some slowness going around. It's that goes to to the moon being in Gemini. However, your ruling planet, which is the moon, will help you enjoy the dreamy, slow vibes from Gemini. If we want to add planet Mars conjunction with the moon, with your ruling planet, this means that most probably your imagination, this is the simplest explanation, your imagination can be really very, very active, very, very active. And you may get the best of scripts if you're a writer, or maybe anything. If you're a student, you'll get the best of results. Let's move now to Leo. Leo, this is a very nice day. I like this day, as I said in the introduction. It's a very active day. You're totally supported by Mars and by the moon. And I think you're one of those competitive signs. So whatever you say today, I think it will make an impact if this really interests you. So if you're a public figure, if you're working on Sunday, I think today you're a very impressive person. If you are a normal, regular person, this can be a very nice day, because it seems that everybody sees a beautiful, charming Leo today. Let's move now to Virgo. Virgo, this can be a bit... this day can be a bit complicated. It's because of the heavy load of tasks and responsibilities, and you actually know that. You try to get away from it, but then you have to. If I want to add the effects of planet Mars in the 10th house, this means that probably it can be some conflict, or maybe some tension with a person in authority or an authority figure. And then if I want to add the effect of the sun in Leo, this means most probably you can be frustrated with your efforts, and maybe someone may try to override your decisions. In all cases, you should be patient, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, especially Monday and Tuesday, things will get better. Let's move now to Libra. Libra, I think today is a very active day. Things can be overwhelming at one point because everything seems to be working. There's nothing, like all the machines are working. So I think you have to stay up. You have to follow up on everything, and maybe this can cause some tension or some exhaustion. But I wouldn't worry about that. With planet Mars and the Moon in Gemini, I think you will do perfectly well. Let's move now to Scorpio. Scorpio, definitely you have things to talk about. Definitely you have things to wrap up. Definitely you have things to amend, and I think you'll be very happy with the vibes turning out to be perfect Monday and Tuesday. But in the meantime, try to minimize any damage that happened lately. In case not, there's nothing. I think you should enjoy a nice day, trying to be as flexible as possible. As we let's move now to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, if you watched my video of Saturdays, I think today is almost similar to that. There is a lot of energy going around, and people feel it. Okay, so this means that you have to tone it down in case you felt that people are trying to stay away from you or stay a little bit at a distance. What you have to do is try to find out what is it that's bugging them. Is it your energy, your presence, or maybe something you're saying, the way you're saying it, the way you project yourself on them? So there's a lot of energy going on. If you don't mind, it's okay. If you really mind, maybe you should tone down this kind of energy, because today you can be very energetic. Let's move now to Capricorn. Capricorn, this is a very nice, fine day. It's a long day, definitely. It adds some spice to this day. Probably it can be exhausting. Maybe because you left all the heavy work to the weekend. Maybe you were working also on Saturday and today is Sunday. So it can be a long day, but definitely it can be easier than Monday. So what you have to do is specify exactly the priorities and start working on them slowly. You don't need to overwhelm yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. Bit by bit, you'll get over that. Let's move now to Aquarius. Aquarius, this is a beautiful day. I think you really deserve the breakthrough. You really need it. This break is really great, and you can do a lot. You can be very impressive. You can actually get over anything you want. It's one of those successful days, in spite of the opposition that you feel and you felt and you really lived. So today is a beautiful day, one of the most creative, helpful, and entertaining, successful days. Moving now to Pisces, in spite of your feeling that you are bugged, meaning that you feel grumpy, probably because of someone who said something or misplaced something or actually tried to trick you into something, today can be a very active day, as long as you don't get into trouble with anyone, especially your loved ones. Planet Mars is in Gemini, which means that you are now under the influence of conflicts coming from Mars. It can be anything, can be small, it can be simple, it can be silly, it can be anything. It's just these little things that actually bug you. Maybe someone moving your stuff, or someone saying something, or maybe the children screaming early morning. Silly things, but actually they can bug you a little bit. Add to it some house repairs which may appear as long as planet Mars is in Gemini. In all cases, I think you should be patient with your loved ones, because the sun is in the sixth house, which is the house of health and daily work. So there can be some tension between your work and the personal issues. it's kind of a conflict and some tension. So try to prioritize. Okay, so basically this is it. Wishing you all a beautiful, gorgeous Sunday. See you tomorrow. Enjoy. Bye-bye.